Hi, welcome to the Mindset Channel. I'm Ann Bisay, and I'm really excited that you have tuned in today. My topic this morning is, are you over budget? And if you subscribed to the Mindset Soaking calls, meditation calls, we talked about just what does it cost us in the words that we speak and how we choose our words. And I wanted to stay on that a little bit more today because it's really important to think about what you're saying, because we think that, oh, it's just words. But the reality is that old cliche, sticks and stones might break my bones, but names will never hurt me. That's really not true. And I wanted to highlight just one little sentence of wisdom from one of the Proverbs, and this is from Proverbs 18:21. And really, just as an aside note, the Bible is really an interesting book because it's a collection of 66 books by 40 different authors. And some people say, well, I don't believe the Bible is true. And that's kind of not a good thing to say. So I just want to make a little bit of a side note here with that, because Proverbs are just wise sayings. And I'm not really sure, like you can say, well, I don't believe wise sayings are true. And some of the books are songs, like Song of Solomon is a love song. The Psalms are all songs, and they're all songs sung for different reasons. And some of the books are just historical, and some of the books are letters. So if you're one of those people who says, well, I don't think the Bible's true, you might kind of want to think about that a little bit and maybe think, well, what is it about it you don't think is true? Because you just, like, wise sayings are just wise sayings. So all that put aside, thank you for letting me get on my soapbox for a minute on that. All that put aside, Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21 says this: the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So I titled this, Are You Over Budget? Because your words are going to work like deposits and withdrawals in your checking account or in your savings account. And words that are encouraging, are edifying, are correcting, give life. And they move us into places that are fruitful, so to speak, places that are peaceful and prosperous and productive. And those are like my three favorite P's in the mindset. But words that are condemning, words that are critical, that are negative, that are just demeaning or defaming, those words have the power to kill things. And that's what really this verse is about. The tongue has the power of life or death. So this week and during this season, like between Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and even in the winter months when it's colder outside and you tend to not be like up close and personal with people, the mindset encouragement is to think about your words. Because if you want to live and prosper and be at peace, then you really want to speak words that are encouraging, words that are edifying, or correcting is another great word for that. And we can correct people without being condemning or defaming. So just some examples of how this plays out in our lives is, we have chosen this year in 2015 to speak words of life over people instead of, calling out their negative behavior all the time. And the result of that has not only been awesome to see when you encourage someone, or when you say, I know that this person's heart is one that seeks justice. And so maybe this person is, just critical of people all the time. Well, what we try to do here is bless the desire for justice, because criticalness really has its root in something that's right or wrong. So why not flip that to the other side and put it into the positive and make it life-giving, not only for yourself but for the other person, and say, you know what, we're just going to bless that person. They've got such a heart for justice and things that are right, that we're just going to bless that in them. And what we're seeing, the chemist and I here, is as we do that, we see the fruit of what comes out. So in other words, a critical person, then we start to see them being less critical and more fair. And behind justice is a sense of like mercy. And so what we're seeing is this shift in our loved ones as we pray for them. And so what's in the negative is now becoming in the positive. Another example of that is just taking like this, and someone who's always critical, taking this particular verse and saying, that we just say that their words are going to be life-giving, that they're going to be powerful, and what they eat, because the beauty of this verse is what you speak out, then you eat. So if you're speaking out life, then you're going to eat life back. And so when we start to just cover people in, say, prayer or in blessings, with this kind of thing, that we just declare, we just bless the life-giving words in that person, then that kind of, it's like the sunshine and the rain and the air, like that kind of grows those seeds that we're planting, so we can enjoy healthy relationships, so that we can live in peace, not only with ourselves, but in the communities that we're in our family and our friends and things. So that's kind of the message for today and for this week, and really this season, is just to make sure you're not in the negative with not only your words, but also with what are you spending out? Are you spending out the negative? Are you speaking enough life into people? Because everybody knows this world needs a whole lot more life. So be someone who shares life, who shares hope, and ultimately, in your little section of the world, changes the world for the better. So be blessed. I'm Ann B. Say. Log into my YouTube channel and get all the good stuff, a gold nugget each day, each week, and we will see you soon.